Change this with the title changes to those that things are moving. I mean, that's cool, though. It's nothing more art. Flogger about that. Why is he prepared to hear? Shalom. All right. We sound better without it. With it, man. We sound better without it. That sounds horrible. Shalom, shalom. All right, Con, you go ahead and jump to the first one. Yeah, Con. Okay, Con. So, this is on the microphone, I guess. That's the simplest thing.
Unvaccinated are told to not go to work. We've been scrapping. Vaccinated are told to not go to work. We've been I don't think the mayor understands what's going to happen on November 1st. There is going to be a catastrophic manpower, staffing shortage. I was told not to use the word manpower. Staffing shortage if 3,500 firefighters that are currently unvaccinated are told to not go to work. We've been scraping together people to show up for work for the last several months just to keep firehouses open. You're going to see dozens and dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable. Lives are going to be lost. That is irrefutable.
Did you hear what the fire department of New York's union president just said? That number he spit out? 3,500, 3,500 they've got to fill quickly over vaccine mandates. The New York Post has published an op-ed which says a police exodus would be catastrophic, of epic and bloody proportions. Fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. And remember, not one police officer was vaccinated before this year. They were among the few professionals who kept.
All right, we're going to go ahead and kick this off, giving all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. All praise, honor, and glory be to the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahakadash Wakah. While Yahweh Ba'ashem, Shai, for the Holy Spirit, giving us utterance to do this quick watch. I hope it could be deemed another effort to edify, exhort, and the minds to flock, the sheep, the believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Shai, and our faith, truth, and sincerity, true faith and sincerity. Double honors to the elder, hopefully elect elder apostles, slate to be saved, Lord willing, those starting with those at the Millstone Church, and to the rest that may be out here on down under the abiding under, the same doctrine. And peace and blessings to you, brothers, teaching this truth as well, in all faith and sincerity, and much peace and many blessings to you believers out here, you men, women, and children of the Israelite race. All right, shalom to the elect and 1/3. So jumping into this 107th volume of Up and Adam, not Up and Adam, but I will stand upon my watch, and you can literally see the times we're in right now. Things is literally moved forward, and that's the title of this. Don't think things aren't moving forward. That's really what it's supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? But right now it's don't think things haven't moved forward. So, same difference as they say. But nonetheless, we're gonna rewind this and we're gonna hit play and really tap in on what's being said right now. All right.
Lost, and that is irrefutable. You're going to see dozens and dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable. Lives are going to be lost, and that is irrefutable.
Did you hear what the fire department of New York's union president just said? That number he spit out? 3,500, 3,500 they've got to fill quickly over vaccine mandates. The New York Post has published an op-ed which says a police exodus would be catastrophic, of epic and bloody proportions. Fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. And remember, not one police officer was vaccinated before this year.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get, you got some? Let's go ahead and get Isaiah 44 and 26. We just kick it off with that. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
That confirmeth the word of his servant
Mm-hmm.
and performeth the counsel of his messengers.
Yeah, we've been telling you people, man. You see what I'm saying? And it's being performed now, and now it's being seconded by, you know, the powers that be themselves. You know, that's what's happening. So as they say, are you not entertained? Well, we've been telling you the truth. You see, and this is exactly what's happening. Exactly what we've been telling you, because what we've been telling you has only been the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, what he said. Right? Go ahead.
Kind. It says that saith to Jerusalem that thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof.
Yeah, just that verse. You finished?
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, and that's gonna be the end all be all, you know, at the end of this destruction. You see what I'm saying? Which must first come, because one thing establishes the good of another. You see? Now, if we can get Ezekiel 7 and 6, we can start at 5 to show you this is what the Lord said. All right. All right.
Okay. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
You said verse 5.
You guys should start at 1.
Yep, verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying,
you see the word of who?
Of the Lord Yahweh.
There it is. This is his word, and that's what he's telling you. Come on.
Came unto me, saying, also thou, son of man, thus saith the Lord, the Lord God, unto the land of Israel. An end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land.
And the end is what?
Is come.
Is come. Is here, man. The end is come. How do we know this is the end? Because these are the events that were said to be in the end, right? A police exodus is a quote from Jason Johnson from October 27, 2021. A police exodus will be a catastrophic, right? Catastrophe, Slakia, of epic and bloody proportions. And that's exactly what the Lord has been saying. Come on.
God. It says,
and that's exactly what the Lord declared. So that's what's going to be. All praises. Come on.
An end.
To Yahweh Shemel Shah. Come on.
The end is come upon the four corners of the land.
It is come. Come on.
Now.
And what end? I mean, what land? The same land that's written to be destroyed. The land, America, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, verse 3, it says, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways.
Yeah, because we know this is not talking about past time. We say the end. The end wasn't in past time. So it's talking about, so what land would this be? Is Israel in is the people in Israel? Are we in Israel right now? No. So it's not talking about the land of Israel. What land? It's talking about the land of America, man. You see, if we can get Zechariah 13 and 8 real quick.
This is Zechariah. Said 13.
13 and 8.
Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord.
See, there it is again. And in all the land. So you say the 4 quarters or something. You see, a whole dollar is what? 4 quarters. Come on.
That in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. But the third shall be left therein.
Wherein?
Therein.
Yep. And that's the good news, which is pretty much gonna be left after what? All the blood, all the catastrophe that's written to happen, man. And that's what these people confirming, you know, of epic and bloody proportions. 2/3 is going about to meet that fate, man. This is fate. That's about to play out. It's our fate to be saved. You see, it's the fate of America. You see, go ahead, and everybody that's been mingled in the midst of this place is about to be destroyed. All praises, Yahweh Shemel Shah. All praises. You see that? Because he said what? He said a sword is upon, the land and all the people and all upon their horses, their chariots, etc. And all the people that are mingled in the midst thereof, man. And that's 2/3. 2/3 are mingled in the midst thereof, caught up in this place. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 9.
And the folly going on. Come on.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Yeah, he's gonna bring the third part through the fire, which would be, these scenarios, situations we will be in to test and see if we're golden. Because if you're truly, how he knows if you're golden, if you come out of these situations. You see what I'm saying? That's why he said, come out of her, my people.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yep. And I will refine them as silver is refined.
See, it was all a test. It's to prove you. Come on.
And will try them as gold is tried.
Yep. Come on.
They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
Yep.
I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord Yahweh, IWSUMW is my God.
Yep. All right. So, yeah, we could jump to Amos 9 and 8. So the Lord is getting ready to destroy this whole land. Real quick, we're going to jump back to that Zephaniah 7.
Okay.
9 and 8.
This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it all, so like from off the face of the earth.
Now, earth is synonymous, it means land. Aratazah in the Hebrew, right? Meaning land. And it's a particular land the Lord God is out, right? Because this place is on the earth. So that means it's a part of the landmass. So it's a particular part of the landmass the Lord wants to get rid of. And that landmass is obviously America. You see, the same place that he said the end, right? This land denotes the end, this particular place. So in order for the end to be here, the place will have, that piece of land will have to be here, will have to be around. And what land do you truly think that is? Come on, it's America.
Yep. It says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Meaning he's going to utterly destroy this land. And that's why you have this coming out. A police exodus will be a catastrophe of epic and bloody proportions. You see, fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. Go ahead.
Okay.
You finish the verse.
Yeah, that was it on there.
Okay. Now, let's prove that real quick. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Got it. Amos chapter 9 in verse 9. It says, for lo, I will command.
Come on.
And I will sift the house of Israel.
Come on.
Among all nations.
Come on.
Like as corn is sifted in the sieve.
Yeah, amongst all races. So all these people here, it's a mingle. It's like they call it a melting pot. It's a bunch of people here that's about to meet the sword, right? And 2/3 is going to be a part of that number because they ain't deemed Israelites anyway. Only people that, and amongst all this killing, which will be through what? This catastrophe that's being talked about of epic and bloody proportions. Right? That's right. It's we here. So don't think this thing ain't moving forward. It haven't moved forward. They on TV talking like this now, man. It say what the FDYN Union Police President said, quote unquote, lives are going to be lost. That's a fact. That's big facts. All praise to IWSUMW, man. Go ahead, bro.
Fine. It says, yet shall not.
And Lord willing, we deemed worthy to escape that number, man. To escape that slaughter, man. Come on.
Yeah, it says, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Yeah, if whoever written to be saved, if all the Israelites that's written to be saved, they could be the least. They're going to be saved, man. They're going to come out of this. You will not meet the fate of this catastrophe that has been announced to be on the way, which will be through what? The Lord would ensure that it will happen because look at the events taking place. The fear of cops are about to be around, man. That sounds like what? A purge, which is what the Lord is trying to do anyway. Come on.
This is verse 10. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
There it is. So a police exodus will be a catastrophe would be a catastrophe. If police leave, they said that will help bring in the catastrophe of epic and bloody proportions, which is going to happen. Fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. Come on. So we'll see what IWSUMW shall allow. Come on.
Yep. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Yeah. So you're going to be a part of this killing. So all these bloody proportions being talked about and all these killings that are said to be that are about to, take place, quote unquote, lives being lost. It's going to consist of, it's going to be a compilation of 2/3 of Israel. You see? So let's jump back to Ezekiel 7.
Start at the top and keep going.
Yeah, you started too.
Okay. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 2. It says, also, thou son of man,
come on,
thus saith the Lord God unto the land of Israel, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land.
Come on.
Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee. And ye.
So, in this, I mean, this one, I'll say jump it down to verse what? Verse, we really can start at verse, because the point is in 6, because it do say the land of Israel. All right. But nonetheless, we know this chapter is denoting, the end, which is synonymous with America and 2/3 of Jacob. Okay. So we're going to jump to the point. All right. So we're going to retract that and we're going to add that, what we're bringing out to the point. Verse 5, you started.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord God, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come.
See, come on.
An end is come. The end is come.
The end. There's only one end. It was not two ends, man. Come on.
It watcheth for thee.
That's why we supposed to be watching.
God.
Come on.
Behold, it is come.
Come on.
Verse 7, it says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains.
See, there it is. So the day of trouble, which is what? Jacob's trouble. Come on.
Verse 8, it says, now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee.
And the Lord is setting up it to be, he's setting it up in order to happen. If you can go to Sirach in the 15th chapter, Exodus 15th chapter, he's setting this up to be able to happen through the police exodus. All right, so we're going to hit play on this video real quick.
They were among the few professionals who kept coming to work to protect the public. Fewer cops were catastrophic, which
several months just to keep firehouses open. You're going to see dozens and dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable. Lives are going to be lost. That is irrefutable.
Did you hear what the fire department of New York's union president just said?
Jump to chapter 16 real quick. Started 1 and then jump to just read through. Go ahead.
This is 2 Esdras chapter 16 and verse 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Yeah, dealing with America. Come on.
Verse 2.
In America.
Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Come on.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
You see, going into what this guy just said.
Will show up for work for the last several months just to keep firehouses open. You're going to see dozens and dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable.
It is inevitable. Man. Read that verse again.
Verse 3, it says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Go ahead.
A fire is among you.
There's going to be more fires that take place, with result of more deaths from fire outbreaks going to take place, because there won't be any more firemen around. So it's literally going to be fires. Yeah, this is manifold. The fire going to actually, this place is about to be destroyed. This land is about to be destroyed, and we cannot wait, man. So all praises Yahweh so we can finally be delivered out of this illusion, out of this madness, out of this fakeness. You see what I'm saying? Out of this oppression. This is why we ought to watch. We ought to be rejoicing in this. If you can go to, you can go on here. I get it. This is Psalms 118. Really quick. Just keep holding that. I think because it's more on that Ezekiel, so we can make sure we come back to that. This is Psalms 118 and 23. This is the Lord's doing. This is the Lord's doing. Yahweh Bashmiel Shah's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day which the Lord Yahweh had made. We will rejoice in it and be glad in it. You see, look, save now. I beseech thee. We need something to be saved from. So all the destruction on this way is an indication we need saving. Saving is on the way. Save now. This is the day. What day? The day of the Lord, man. Where there's darkness and no light, man. Gross darkness. You see? It says, this is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Why? Because it's a day of destruction, but it's a mercy. It's seasonable in time of affliction, right? The Savior can finally come. Yahushua can manifest now, right? So save now, I beseech thee, O Lord, Yahweh Bash Yahushua. O Lord, Yahweh Bash Yahushua, I beseech thee. Send now prosperity. You see? So there it is, man. So it's that simple. All right, you got it.
All right. Ezekiel chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, or you Salakia, Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 4. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Up to 8.
Verse 8. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, of who is he? Salakia. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Several months just to keep firehouses open. You're going to see dozens and dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable.
Go ahead.
Fine. This is on verse 9. It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath. And who is he that may quench it? From his wrath.
A what?
A fire
shall what?
Shall go forth from his wrath. And who is he that may quench it?
Dozens of firehouses closed. You're going to see response times climb. It is inevitable.
All right. So it's that simple. Okay. So
lives are going to be lost. And that is irrefutable.
Did you hear what the fire department of New York's union president just said? That number he spit out? 3,500, 3,500 they've got to fill quickly over vaccine mandates. The New York Post has published an op-ed which says a police exodus would be catastrophic, of epic and bloody proportions. Fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. And remember, not one police officer was vaccinated before this year. They were among the few professionals who kept coming to work to protect the public at great personal risk. Their reward, forced vaccination on pain of dismissal. Jason Rantz is in Seattle now, radio talk show host. You are also seeing.
If you can get this, I got it. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. You see? It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Yeah, it's a bow out, man. And the grinders cease because they are few, meaning those working that's employed in certain workforces, aka the fire workforce, the firefighter workforce, the police department workforce, the police enforcement law workforce. All right. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. You see? So the grinders are set to cease, right? How do we know this? This is verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong, from what? From all of this is about to play out, man. It says, and the strong men shall bow, and the strong men shall bow themselves. One's gonna bow out, man. Men's hearts failing them for what's coming upon earth. You got men that set up to protect homes from burning down, and they can't do that anymore because they scared of this pestilence. You see, men's hearts failing them. Bro, if you don't go to work, the neighborhood burned down. But beautiful. All praises to Yahweh Shemel Shah. It says, and the grinder cease because they are few, right? And you're going to have more people scared because there's so many people. How many people you think going to keep working for the police enforcement when they know they shorthanded? That's not safe. You see what I'm saying? You see other cops leaving and you only cop with a 9 on you. You're going to get the hell out of Dodge. You see what I'm saying? You easier to get laid down out there, right? It ain't taking one for the team no more. You can't take one for the team when there's no team. You see? So that take one for the team mentality is on the way out of here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this video and then we'll hit play. It says, "In the grinder seats because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened." You see that? And that's how it's gonna be. Okay. So we're gonna go to verse. Let's go back to that Ezekiel real quick. You got something?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, that was it right there. That's one.
Matthew 24:12. And because
that ain't it. You got it.
It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
You got it.
Yeah, it's just we seeing this iniquity abounding, by way of them serving this these mandates. Obviously, the biggest one is the right hook, and that's the iniquity abounding. And these people, they're waxing cold. These people in these places, like the brother said, like you was once a fireman, you don't have a job no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just waxing cold.
I mean, they quitting their jobs.
Yeah, completely.
And that's showing that people's hearts waxing cold. They don't care that they're here to serve, protect, stop shit from burning down. They don't care about that no more. Because why? Iniquity is about, meaning there's more evil shit going on. So these people trying to hide themselves, man. You see what I'm saying? They see it. That's what iniquity is. It's mischief, it's evil. And that's why I say everyone that sees them shall flee away. Because the devil will be revealing like he's trying to kill you, man. And these people seeing it. That's why it says the tongues of the stammerer shall be ready to speak plainly. The rash shall understand knowledge. You see? So there it is, man. So that's basically it. Okay. So you can go to not Second Ezra 15 right here, but go, matter of fact, while we're here, go ahead and bring that out. Second Ezra 15 and jump to the point. Start at verse 15.
God. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Yep.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another.
Yeah, that's dealing. This is going to be able to be brought out, which is going to bring out a lot of that blood they're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Which is due to no police and being on the street. So a lot more people are going to, get more antsy and start, murky shit out here. And that's going to be beautiful, man. Go ahead.
Yep. And it says, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men.
How will they be able to do that? Because police will not be around to enforce that not to go on. You see? So they're going to have swords in their hand. Come on.
For there shall be sedition among men.
Yep.
And invading one another.
And this is a sedition right now. It's an enticement right here. People seeing that, ain't no cops. More's going to start bearing arms more. That's why you got more states passing permitless carry now. Yep. Tennessee passed it. I think Texas passed it. I want to say Florida passed it. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, you're not going to regard your kings or your princes. Ain't nobody else left no more. Come on. Verse 17, a man shall desire to
No, that was it. It say, It say what's the scripture that say the powerful, they gonna tremble, the power shall stand in fear. Yeah, the scripture, it's a scripture that tell you the power is gonna stand in fear. So and that's how bad it's gonna get out here, man. And who's standing in fear right now? That so-called white man I was just talking, saying how bad it's gonna be. This guy.
Beautiful.
Did you hear what the Department of New York's Union
response times climb? It is inevitable. Lives are going to be lost. That is irrefutable.
Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
What type of death?
Great death.
You see?
The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear.
You see, the people in charge is scared as hell. Come on.
Did you hear what the fire department of New York's union president just said? That number he spit out, 3,500 they've got to fill quickly over vaccine mandates. The New York Post has published an op-ed which says a police exodus.
They say NYC will pay a huge price from the New York Post, a huge price, right, for de Blasio's white hook mandate for police.
Would be catastrophic, of epic and bloody proportions.
So the power is standing in fear now, you see?
Fewer cops will certainly mean more killing. And remember, not one police officer was vaccinated before this year.
So a lot more people are not taking it. You see? So
they were among the few professionals who kept coming to work to protect the public at great personal risk.
That's why the love of many is going to start to wax cold, because why? Iniquity is abounding. Like, yo, that's not right. This y'all being wicked. I'm actually subjecting my life, and then you're going to come to almost, you trying to make me take this? Man, the hell with you, man. And that's really the loss of a lot of so-called of these people. What they say that they deem as love, they losing that very thing to serve and protect. What happened?
Your oath.
Yeah, I swear on oath to protect this community, his country, his people. Love of many about wax cold, because wickedness is abounding, man. People getting hell out of Dodge. These people at their wits' end. Beautiful.
Their reward: forced vaccination on pain of dismissal. Jason Rance is in Seattle now, radio talk show host. You are also...
Now, we want you to listen to this carefully. This is all on Fox News Channel. What they saying is, right, really, we could just nutshell it all in this video and just close out. But what they saying is going to literally tell you, like they talk about everything in this. This thing is literally moving forward. The Lord is moving this thing forward in people's minds. So it's only so long before, you know what I'm saying, things is just manifest. So I'm going to hit play.
So seeing this issue play out in real time, your take on what New York's about to face. And it affects, what, there are 8+ million people in this metro area.
Yeah, what you guys are going to face is pretty straightforward, actually. Your city will be more dangerous than it was before, which for New York City is a pretty frightening thought. The NYPD will be understaffed, and they're going to do what's happening here in Seattle, which is lean on non-patrol officers to take those roles. You can do that for a while. Well, what it looks like is the detective who's working on a murder case is no longer working on that murder case, or a domestic violence unit officer gets to respond to 911 calls. That means that the criminals that they're trying to nab on previous crimes are still out there recommitting. Yeah. And then, of course, on the firefighting side, you lose all those firefighters. Understand that for the most part, these shifts are 24 hours. So what they're going to do is lean on overtime, which, number one, is incredibly expensive. Number two, the burnout rate is very, very high.
Absolutely.
You can't keep working 24-hour shifts, right, over and over and over again. So to say that this is catastrophic of bloody epic proportions is possibly an understatement with what New York is about to experience.
Well, this is
Drop the mic.
This is what we're experiencing right now. The pictures on the left of your screen are live, and the FDNY, the Fire Department of New York, is strong today in the streets of New York with their message. And their message has...
Hey, man, we want to get the hell out of here so bad. We don't care how crazy this sounds. You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit you're supposed to be in. You really serve and worship the how about Shemel Shah, that's the spirit you're supposed to be in. You know, you're supposed to be still and know that the Lord is man. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be rejoicing, man. The wicked going to be a ransom for the righteous. The Lord is actually rising up for the controversy, against, his people, man. He said he going to lay judgment upon Edom by the hand of the people. So all this still got to happen. So don't get lost in the sauce of fear. You see? Ain't nothing to fear but Yahweh Shemel Shah. He that fear Yahweh Shemel Shah shall fear no evil. You see? Not what these people talking about, because they ain't talking about nothing but the Lord, what the Lord talking about. If you do what the Lord told you to do, you won't meet that fate. You see? So we happy, man.
To do with it. And, we should point out, many of these people are vaccinated. This is not about whether or not they want to get the vaccine. This is more about whether or not they want to be told that their own immunity might not count, since many of them worked without a vaccine and put their lives on the line. And they don't, that's not even part of the conversation. Well, you almost gave up your life. You had COVID. You lost some. You came back. Now you're here, and we want you to do what we say. So says the mayor of New York. And look, that's what the president of the United States is saying too. They're saying so much, they're just not listening. Jason, as we watch the FDNY protest in the streets of New York, this is on the heels of seeing people in Brooklyn. I mean, when you lose Brooklyn, when you lose New York, Democratic leadership, what does this tell you?
Yeah, it tells you that they're not really caring about the community. They are ideologues who believe in vaccination at all costs. But to your point, number one, a lot of these folks are vaccinated. They're just standing up for bodily and medical autonomy. But number two, there is such a thing called natural immunity. I know the Biden administration and Dr. Anthony Fauci want to pretend it doesn't exist and not have any conversations about what arguably is probably the second most important thing to be talking about during this pandemic outside of the vaccines. And instead of actually having those conversations, they try to bully you, shout you down, smear you as anti-vax. It's a lazy smear meant to get people to just simply acquiesce. And I'm glad that people are pushing back. I am not anti-vax. You are not anti-vax. I am vaccinated. I think there's a good argument to be made for most people to get the vaccine if they want it in consultation with their doctors. It's not anti-vax to be anti-mandate. It's pro-freedom to be anti-mandate. And I think that's the leading issue here, whether we're talking about New York City or Chicago, San Francisco, or Seattle. That's what we're hearing on the ground. This is a slippery slope because let's say you get to the 100% vaccination rate that they want. Okay, well, if COVID doesn't go away, and we know it's not going to go away after that, well, then what will they demand as a condition of employment? Well,
that's the shit. So real quick, hit play because we're going to move on to the next video. This is Isaiah 32:3. It said, I'm going to start at 4. The heart also of the rash, right, shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. You see, the vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. And that's what's literally happening. Esau's being searched out and is being discovered, man. And these people are seeing, they speaking plainly. And what's plain? Habakkuk 2 and 3. You know, when they say they ready to speak plainly, meaning what? You know?
All right.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, verse 2, it says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision.
Write the what?
Write the vision.
Write the what?
The vision.
Come on.
And make it plain.
Make what?
And make it plain upon tables.
Make that plain. So that's what plain is. They ready to speak. They speak in the vision. What's plain is the vision. Plain dealing with the vision. The vision. The inevitable. The inevitable. Which is what? The vision. The vision. So the heart of the rash, they're gonna be ready to speak. Let me read it again. Isaiah 32 and 4. The heart of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerer shall be ready to speak plainly. Meaning what? On this vision, the inevitable. What's about to happen? All hell about to break loose, and it's synonymous with what is needed in order for us to be saved, because we need something to be saved from. We need all hell to break loose, man. We need it. And crazy as it sounds, we need it. You know?
Demand. Why are we okay with that?
Yeah, these are all excellent questions. And then while we watch something that the president really triggered,
lies,
with his own flip-flop on the issue of
elite bankers, he's a puppet.
Vaccine mandates, and with the threats of companies as small as those with 100 employees having to put this in place. Now we're seeing it feather out across the nation. You know what we're not seeing, and again, I say it as the president of the United States, because the longer he makes the nation wait, it's building behind the scenes for him. An issue just like this, Jason Rantz, everything starts to percolate in his absence. Jason.
It's time for the percolate. It's time for the percolate. Okay, you can go to Ezekiel 7 and we're going to move on to the next article. The next video. All right, we ain't gonna bring out nothing on this. We're just gonna let them speak. You got it. Started where you left off at 7 and 6.
So,
yeah, kind.
Ezekiel.
Matter of fact, just you can start at the point. 8. Matter of fact, start at 9 because we already read it. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 9. It says, "And mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity."
Yeah, that's what's about. The Lord is not about to hold back on this, man. Go ahead.
"I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee."
Yep, beautiful. And what's in the middle? That's this place, the mist. A sword is upon the land, and a horse, the chariots, the rider, and all the people that are in the midst, of her. Come on.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh that smiteth.
You see? And it's going to ultimately make people think of the Most High. You see? And we worshiping the Most High, so we ain't going to feel no evil thing. Come on.
Yep. Verse 10, it says, behold the day, behold.
And we betting with the Lord. We saying the Lord going to do this. You see? That's why he said, all my sinners and my people shall die of the sword, would say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. They actually saying the Lord ain't going to do nothing. This shit ain't going to happen. The Lord like, all right, bet that. Go ahead.
Yep. Behold the day. Behold, it is come. The morning is going forth. The rod has blossomed. Pride hath budded.
You see? Come on.
Verse 11, it says, violence is rising up into a rod of wickedness.
So that's hey, that's the fig tree. Come on.
None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing for them.
Come on.
The time is come that draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. Thereof.
Come on.
For the seller shall not return to that which is sold.
Yeah, that's what's happening, man. You people permanently out of jobs. This place everything is forward. It's not going backwards. Beautiful. Come on.
Although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
Which shall not return.
Yeah, the Lord don't renege. Come on.
Which shall not return. Neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life.
Wickedness ain't gonna save you. You can't work harder. You can't throw up more witchcraft. You can't rob more niggas. You finna die, man. You about to die. That's what's gonna happen, man. You see? Go ahead.
In verse 14, it says, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready.
And that's who? Us. We blowing the trumpet to make all of you in this truth ready, man. Make yourselves ready to the battle, man. And the main battle is in the mind. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But none go into the battle. For my wrath is upon.
And also in the belief. You see? The battle is in the mind and in the belief, man. He that cometh to the Most High must know it that he is, man. Somebody you can't even see, but he tell you how to see him, which is in these events. So we see you, Lord. See, this is the door. This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice in it, man. We will be glad, man. Save now, oh Lord. You see? That's it. This is it. We about to be out of here. Immortality, no more pain, no more agony, no more thoughts of none of this shit, man. No more social experiment, man. Go ahead.
All right. It says, but none go to battle. For my wrath is upon.
And that's dealing with the 2/3. Come on.
Yep. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
Yep. Come on.
The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
Come on.
He that is in the field shall die with the sword.
You see, you all in the world, you're gonna die by the sword. Come on.
And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
Yeah, you in a great city. You're gonna die by the famine and the pestilence, all caught up in the midst of these nasty ass people. Right? You're gonna get caught out somewhere and you're gonna die through these ways, man. So that's it. Okay. And then the Lord is going, he's going in this chapter. But anyway, we're gonna hit play.
Bugs ripping apart a Northside ballpark.
Now thousands of players may need another place to play.
Anthony Ponce has the very latest.
We knew the infestation was bad, but today we found out it is bad enough that the nearly 1,000 Little League baseball games that are scheduled to happen here at Wells Park this spring will either have to move to a different location or some of them may not be able to happen at all.
There was zero grass, and it smelled terrible. It smelled like a zoo.
Will McCaffrey umped the game at Wells Park last Sunday.
The grubs ate every single piece of grass. They ate the roots, and there's none left.
And that'll be the last game he umps for the foreseeable future at this park.
Oh man, read that 5 and 3.
Second Ezra chapter 5 verse 3. And the land that thou seest now to have root.
To have what?
To have root.
See that?
May not be able to happen at all.
There was zero grass, and it smelled terrible. It smelled like a zoo.
Will McCaffrey umped the game at Wells Park last Sunday.
The Grubs ate every single piece of grass. They ate the roots, and there's none left.
And that'll be the last game he umps for the foreseeable future at this park. The spring.
2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 3. And the land that thou seest now, shall thou see wasted suddenly.
He said the roots, this place wasted, man. That's an omen. And then that represent these people. All flesh is as grass, man. These people out of there.
Little League season supposed to start there in April, but the Chicago Park District says the beetle grub infestation is so bad, Wells Park's baseball fields won't be usable until late May or June at the earliest.
At this point, we are in the process of trying to find other parks and locations throughout the city to hold the season.
Kerr says that other parks and baseball associations around the city have been extremely accommodating given the circumstances, and he's hoping a full season could still happen. But worst case scenario,
the possibility we may have to shorten the season, curtail certain age levels, perhaps even not let some people into the league this year that we would normally let play. But as I said, trying to avoid that, but those are definitely options on the table if we can't find all the necessary field options that we need.
This is what Isaiah 41 and 14, fear not, thou worm, and ye men of Israel. Salakia. Isaiah 14 and 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, you see, and the noise of thy vows, the worm, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, you see, all of games and stuff, all this noise. It say the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. This is Isaiah 51 and 8. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, Salakia, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. So all this wasteness we see and happen ain't got nothing to do with us. It's just another thing to help in this place, man. You see? You know?
hey, this is the handiwork of the larval stage June beetle, and says.
And what do caterpillars and these worms do? They eat away at green. So this place is a spiritual symbolism for it's the end of your flourishing. You see what I'm saying? It's the end of America flourishing, which goes to Psalms the 37th chapter, in the 36th verse, 35th verse. I'm gonna start at 34. This is beautiful. It says, I have seen wait on the Lord, Yahweh, Bashmi Shai, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. Now, is it talking about America? No, it's talking about the earth. That's why I say the meek shall inherit the earth. When you go into the earth in the Hebrew is aratazah, which means the land. So he ultimately means what? We're gonna take over when the earth, aka the land, is taken out of the hands of the wicked, because that's who's ruling right now. So he said, wait on the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. This is our inheritance, to run the earth, run everything. When the wicked, who the earth is hands has been, who the earth has been given into, you know, it says, are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. And caterpillars and worms want that. Meaning green, meaning flourishing, man. You know, I'm after that green money, green. Hmm. You see? Yeah, he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I saw him, but he could not be found. See? Mark the perfect man and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace.
It's likely that weather patterns led to the unusual infestation.
The grubs are nasty.
Starting tomorrow, the Park District is going to begin its treatment plan using a pesticide on the field here called Dilox. It says is harmful to the grubs but will not harm humans or animals. Meantime, the Wells Park Parents Association encourages all the parents to go ahead and continue registering their children for Little League the spring season and continue to stand by to find out where the games will be played. in Wells Park in Lincoln Square tonight. Anthony Ponce, Fox 32.
Malachi 1:3, 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Basmi al-Shah. Yet ye say, wherein thou hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Yet saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever. You see? And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. He ain't finna be magnified here. Ain't no more swearing on Bibles and shit. Churches and cathedrals and all this madness. You know what I'm saying? White Jesus. Ain't no more Jesus, Caesar A. Borgia, none of that. The Lord, all that was a so-called white man flourishing in his ways.
He was green.
He was green. He had the green light. Now the Lord halting his ass. That's why he being told, you the red man now.
Exactly.
Red signals, according to him, stop.
Exactly.
Halt. You're done.
Yep.
All right?
So let's say you have to read it.
So last video. So yeah, no more sports at Wells Park until it's over with. Not even until it's done. They think they're going to rebuild their place. And this is what's going on with the supply chain shortages. We're going to move to the last segment of this watch. Lord willing, has been edifying, exhorting, comfort, and admonishing. All right?
All right, if you think these...
Gilly, how about me? I'll try to repent for now because, hey, salvation is there when we believe, man.
Supply chain issues are going away, you might want to think again, because experts are saying this problem. All right, if you think these supply chain issues are going away. All right, if you think these supply chain issues are going away. All right, if you think these supply chain issues are going away. All right, if you think these supply chain issues are going away, you might want to think again, because experts are saying this problem could last anywhere from another 6 to 9 more months. And here to talk more about how this impacts workers, jobs, supplies, your holiday shopping, all of that, we got Peter Shankman. He is a futurist who looks ahead so that you can be prepared. Hey,
false prophets. See that? Shit, some bull.
Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, first of all, we want to clear this up. This is not just an American problem. This is a worldwide problem. And what a lot of people don't realize is that there are a number of reasons why this is even developed, correct?
Correct. It really was the worst perfect storm of all perfect storms, right? So,
the worst perfect storm.
You started with COVID, right? So COVID happens, plants around the world shut down. When you buy a truck, when you buy a TV, when you buy whatever, it doesn't just get made in one place. It gets made, certain components get made here, certain components get made here, there, this country, that country, whatever. And through a intricate dance known as the supply chain, all these pieces get put together, right, and built into one thing, that thing that you purchased. That thing then has to be shipped to wherever it's going so that you as the consumer can buy it. When one part of that breaks down, it is very...
See, here's why this place got to be stored, because they, mom's in slavery, and look what's going on. Brother pointed this out. Look, Northwest Indian, the bottom. See that?
Very easy.
Indiana, Slocky.
For all the parts to break down. And what we have seen over the...
And that's all these heathens do. You see? Wow, they, this ain't over the plantation, man.
Past year and is going into now is exactly that. Every single part broke down for a multitude of those reasons.
So, for those who are running businesses right now, what should they be thinking about right now so that they can service their customers through this very rough period?
So, if you're a large company, I mean, the joke is that, everyone used to say, well, you're never going to see Walmart do their own shipping. Well, all of a sudden, Walmart's hiring boats. Right? And when Walmart and Costco are spending the money to buy boats, that tells you something's going on. So if you're a small business, what you want to focus on is where can you get the supplies you need? It could be all about looking towards...
And that just show you how much money these mothers got, man. They buying boats. Just out of nowhere. That's why they got to go and slay. The recompense has to be crazy, man. They buy them. They will just buy boats while we have nothing, but they got the boats off us. Come on, man.
New ports, looking towards new places to get them. I remember the great...
They buy boats for the same, more shit in for Jake to keep slaving. That's why Lord's stopping all this, man.
There was a great movie, The Secret of My
Success,
with Michael
you gonna
J.
die.
Fox,
And good riddance.
where he goes in and he starts thinking differently, and he says, "Well, everyone's like, oh, there's great issues. What about a boxcar? Think about different ways. You know, if you're a really small business, maybe you and some of your competitors band together, right? And you figure out a way to get stuff shipped in from wherever you need it, and you split it up. But you have to start thinking along different lines, because the concept of what we always do, we're not going to be back to that for about a year, if not more."
Yeah, you know, wow, it's amazing how people really do have to think of us. Okay, we have supply and demand, and we know that usually means more, you know, inflation. How are families going to be able to prepare for this? Because they're already living in a tight budget. They don't have raises. They don't, you know, people lost their jobs. How can they prepare themselves?
They finished.
So one of the things I've suggested for this holiday season is to consider not so much buying stuff, but buying experiences. So while
these people are done, man. They're done. There's nothing you can do. You know, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction come, the prophet that speaketh of peace, when the word of that prophet come to pass, you know the Lord sent them. But if they don't come to pass, you know the Lord ain't sending that man. This man ain't no prophet, man. This is the marvel not. The Satan himself has transformed himself into an angel of light, man. Like he's a messenger for light. This nigga preaching dark. You coming with darkness, and you an Edomite, and the Lord hates you, and you go into slavery, and he gonna kill you and your kids. And he gonna destroy America, you know, and he gonna kill you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native American Indians that's with this place, and you heathens. He gonna kill all of you.
You know, there might be a
huge. He gonna save the elect, you believers that got hope and crying and sighing to get the hell out of here, because you see what's going on, man. All right, for righteousness, man. You want to see all this wickedness and these wicked mugs, you know, put to death, man.
Run, and you can't find the toy, you can't find the Xbox, because they don't exist. Literally, they've shipped 12 million Xbox.
And us being made righteous, and righteousness coming to the earth. So this is what we watch for. This is what all these events are indications of these things are going to happen, you know. And as we wait, no.
But there are 24 million people that still want them, and they don't have the resistors and the transistors to make them. They don't have the microchips to make them right now. They're not being shipped in. So instead of the items, look for experiences. Most airlines, I know United and several airlines have incredible deals right now. You can get tickets to over 200 destinations for about $125, $130. So maybe for Christmas, your gift to the kids and the family is you go somewhere. Yeah. Right? You drive somewhere, whatever the case may be, and think about next year. But if you're dead set on getting gifts, start today and start looking in odd places. Start looking on eBay, right? Start looking on. They haven't gone up that much in price yet, but it's going to happen, right? As
this nigga delusional. Go ahead, bro.
Psalms from Jeremiah. Psalms chapter 107, verse 27. It says, "They reel to and fro and stagger like a drunken man."
You see,
and are at their wits' end.
You see, there it is, man. So if you can get verse 23.
All right. Psalms chapter 107, verse 23. They that go down to the sea in ships.
See, the Lord knows everything that's going on, man. Go ahead.
That do business in great waters.
You see, there it is, man. Go ahead.
These see the works of the Lord and his wonders in the deep. For he commanded and raised it.
That's what's going on. This is the work of the Lord. That's what these ships are experiencing and going through. This is what you're experiencing. He ain't gonna say none of that. The works of Yahweh, Basmi al-Shah, actually. Go ahead.
It says, for he commanded and raised the stormy wind, which lifted up the waves thereof.
And a lot of them gonna get destroyed out there, man. You see?
It becomes even that much more limited. So start looking on eBay, start looking on other sites in other countries, start looking on Weibo, start looking on Alibaba, different places where you can find stuff. It might not be just an American thing. You might have to look overseas.
Peter Shankman, a futurist who looks into the future for all of us, businesses, personal. You've given us some great advice today and enough to think about. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, I fucking finished. Fuck Esau, fuck America, and fuck you 2/3 Jakes. You see what I'm saying? Fuck all of you, you know? And fuck you if you don't like the language. Straight up. Because you niggas is ignorant. You know, the Lord gonna kill you, man. It's just that simple. So death to America. Dwada Yahweh Shemi al-Shah for this news update. Lord willing has been edifying, exhorting, and comforting, and salaki for my language. All right. To the elected 1/3. But it is what it is. So death to America. Kwam Yasha Allah. Shalom. give all honor, praise. You got something?
I'll just say shalom, man. Bible ball.
All honor, praise, and glory be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wahaka, Shalom.